There was an incident where there were 3 young black men who allegedly raped May Crow. This happened in Osterville. I just learned that that's where it actually happened. Yeah. But it was close enough that it affected all of these people. Over that period of time, the black people were being forced out. So that was what caused this exodus of the black people in Forsyth County.
I'm currently sitting at what was formerly known as Bagley Park. Bagley Park was once a thriving, affluent African-American community, and the subdivision was created by developer John Owens in 1921 and was a buzzing and lively neighborhood for many black Americans. The park's creation was a part of a much larger plan in the mid-20th century to try to gradually eliminate black neighborhoods in wealthy residential areas in Atlanta.
The racism part that continued, where the Ku Klux Klan would ride through Bagley Park. They did a lot of things to intimidate the residents of this, settlement. And then in maybe around 46 or something like that, they built a community or a subdivision sort of behind Bagley Park, and the white people that were moving into these new homes and everything, they decided that they didn't want, this black settlement behind them anymore. The complaints, that the white people had, it was about the noise, it was about the stench of, the results of not having a sewer line and all of that. And so the city started to try to buy these people out. And they would offer them a certain amount of money, for their land, and which was always below, the market value. If they didn't take that offer, then they would condemn the property and take it by eminent domain. And so here is racism again, happening up until about 1953. I think maybe that was the last family, that moved out. All of Macedonia Park, Bagley Park was gone. The city told my parents and my aunts and uncle that they were going to name it Bagley Park.
According to the Buckhead Heritage Society, city officials actually did the renaming offer to offer some sort of consolation for the stolen land. Yet much like many promises that were made to people of color in American history, this promise would eventually be broken too. In the early 1980s, the park was renamed to Frankie Allen Park after a popular baseball umpire who typically played over here.
I don't really have a problem with them naming the park Frankie Allen Park. It was about changing the name, and you've promised that you're not. And that's our history, good, bad, or ugly. It's still our history, and it needs to stay.
The forced removal of black Americans from Bagley Park, the construction of the park itself, and the renaming of the park all tie into America's long history of silencing black history, erasing black culture, and degrading black legacy, as well as reneging on historic promises. Now they just go under a new, not so pretty euphemism known as gentrification.